Hello, dear viewers. You are watching a special news report airing this morning, Sunday, October 26, 2025. We are closely monitoring a particularly severe weather phenomenon taking place in the Caribbean Sea. Hurricane Melissa, which has now reached Category 4 on the Saffir-Simpson scale, is expected to continue strengthening in the coming hours, with the potential to become a Category 5 hurricane before making direct landfall on the island nation of Jamaica. Meteorological experts believe this could be the strongest hurricane ever recorded in Jamaica's modern history, surpassing even the notorious natural disaster Hurricane Gilbert in 1988. According to the Caribbean Weather Forecast Center, at 6 a.m. local time today, the eye of Hurricane Melissa was located approximately 195 kilometers south-southeast of Jamaica's capital, Kingston, moving slowly west-northwest at a speed of only about 7 kilometers per hour. Sustained winds remain at 225 kilometers per hour, gusting over 260 kilometers per hour, strong enough to cause severe damage to buildings, infrastructure, trees, and power systems across the island. Satellite imagery observed overnight shows a well-defined eye, powerful convective cloud bands, and cloud tops reaching over 16 kilometers in height, classic characteristics of a fully developed tropical superstorm. The hurricane's rapid intensification over the past night is attributed to Caribbean sea surface temperatures running about 2 degrees Celsius above average, providing immense energy that fuels its strengthening and expansion. In Jamaica, since early this morning, the first bands of rain have begun appearing along eastern coastal regions such as Portland and St. Thomas. Heavy rain combined with strong gusts has already led to flooding along some coastal roads. Experts warn that deteriorating weather conditions will continue spreading toward the island's center, especially in areas like Kingston, Spanish Town, and St. Andrew. By tonight, it is expected that heavy rain and hurricane-force winds will blanket nearly the entire island, with sustained winds of 150 to 200 kilometers per hour and localized gusts reaching up to 250 kilometers per hour as the storm approaches land. The Jamaican government has declared a nationwide state of emergency and activated its entire disaster response system. More than 150 shelters have been opened in schools, churches, and public buildings to receive residents evacuating from high-risk areas. Airlines have announced the cancellation of all flights to and from Jamaica over the next 48 hours. Several key routes, such as Highway 2000 connecting Kingston to western provinces, have been restricted due to landslide concerns. Authorities are urging citizens to complete all preparations to secure their homes, stock up on food, water, and fuel for at least 3 days, and strictly avoid going outside once winds intensify. According to the latest forecast models, Melissa is expected to make landfall in Jamaica between Monday evening and early Tuesday morning, moving from the southeast to the northwest, cutting directly across the island's center. This path is considered the worst-case scenario, as it brings the storm's most powerful section, the eye and eye wall, directly through densely populated areas, including Kingston. In this scenario, sustained winds could reach 250 to 260 kilometers per hour, equivalent to Category 5, accompanied by prolonged heavy rainfall. Experts warn that such wind strength could blow off roofs, uproot trees, topple power poles, and cause extensive structural damage. Widespread power outages may last for days or even weeks, disrupting communications and daily life. Beyond the destructive winds, the forecasted rainfall totals are also at record levels. Meteorological models indicate that by the time the storm dissipates, Jamaica may receive between 700 and 800 millimeters of rainfall, with the eastern and southern regions seeing up to 1,000 millimeters. Given the island's steep, mountainous terrain, this volume of rain could easily trigger landslides, flash floods, and severe urban flooding. Some experts believe this could be the heaviest rainfall event in Jamaica in more than half a century. Major rivers such as the Octorber, Yalas, and Black River are expected to rise rapidly, posing a significant risk of overflowing and inundating downstream communities. Additionally, ocean waves along southern and southeastern coastal areas are forecast to surge between 2.5 and 4 meters, particularly around Kingston, Port Royal, and Hunter Village. The combination of storm surge and torrential rainfall could cause some low-lying coastal zones to be submerged under 2 to 3 meters of water. The Jamaica Defense Force has been deployed to assist in evacuating residents from high-risk areas, especially along the southern coastline. The situation in neighboring countries is also deteriorating. In southern Haiti, heavy rain bands from the hurricane's outer edges have caused severe flooding across the Tiburon Peninsula, with several regions completely cut off as roads have been washed away. Initial reports indicate casualties, though the exact numbers have yet to be confirmed. The Dominican Republic has also been warned of prolonged heavy rainfall, especially in the capital, Santo Domingo, and southern provinces. Meanwhile, authorities in the Turks and Caicos Islands are urgently implementing storm preparedness measures. Forecasts suggest that after passing Jamaica, Melissa will slowly move north-northeast, directly impacting this area by Tuesday evening with winds estimated between 160 and 190 kilometers per hour. Other islands within the Bahamas chain, particularly in the southeast, are also on high alert. However, most of the northern Bahamas are expected to remain safe, avoiding the hurricane's direct path. The Cayman Islands, Trinidad and Tobago, Barbados, St. Lucia, St. Vincent, and the Grenadines are only forecast to experience showers and light winds in the coming days. Meteorological experts confirm that Melissa will not enter the Gulf of Mexico and poses no threat to regions such as Florida, Honduras, or Nicaragua. The current atmospheric pattern will gradually steer the hurricane northward, where it will weaken as it interacts with Cuba's terrain before moving into the Atlantic Ocean. In a deeper structural analysis, scientists state that Melissa exemplifies rapid intensification, with central pressure dropping swiftly from 950 hectopascals to just 915 hectopascals in under 24 hours. This reflects the enormous amount of energy the storm is drawing from the ocean. Radar and satellite imagery reveal symmetrical convection and a well-defined circular eye, features typically observed only in Category 5 superstorms. The radius of hurricane-force winds is estimated at roughly 400 kilometers, meaning nearly the entire island of Jamaica will be within the hurricane's wind field upon landfall. Besides high sea surface temperatures, Melissa's movement is also influenced by two major atmospheric systems, a trough over the southeastern United States and a cold air mass moving down from the Midwest. These systems are expected to nudge Melissa northeastward after it crosses Jamaica, reducing the chance of it entering the Gulf of Mexico. Facing the threat of a major natural disaster, international relief organizations such as the Red Cross and the United Nations Disaster Response Agency are preparing emergency deployments to Jamaica once the storm passes. Several neighboring countries, including Cuba, the United States, and Canada, have also pledged humanitarian assistance. In Jamaica, more than 2,000 soldiers and volunteers are on standby at key locations. Authorities advise residents to ensure they have sufficient clean water, non-perishable food, batteries, flashlights, and medicines, and to follow all instructions from civil defense forces. Experts emphasize a crucial warning: during landfall, there will be a brief period of calm and brightening skies. That is the eye of the storm passing overhead. Residents must not go outside during this period, as the storm's backside will soon strike with winds even more violent and from the opposite direction. After sweeping across Jamaica, Melissa is expected to gradually weaken as it moves into Cuba's mountainous eastern regions. However, provinces such as Guantanamo and Santiago de Cuba remain under warnings for heavy rain and strong winds within 24 hours after landfall. Once over the ocean again, the storm will accelerate toward Bermuda by the end of the week. Although its strength will have diminished considerably by then, it could still bring heavy rain, rough seas, and Category 2 to 3 wind speeds. Meteorologists add that once Melissa exits the Caribbean, a cold front from the northern United States will push southward, bringing heavy rain and significant temperature drops across the northeastern U.S. and eastern Canada. Thus, while the Caribbean braces for a hurricane, North America begins to feel the first hints of winter. Ladies and gentlemen, Melissa serves as a powerful reminder of nature's immense force and the critical importance of preparedness in the face of disaster. Jamaica has endured many hurricanes throughout its history, but this time, all signs point to unprecedented devastation. Yet, the unity, discipline, and resilience of the Jamaican people remain a steadfast foundation. The government and international organizations are fully prepared for all emergency scenarios, and relief operations will begin as soon as conditions allow. We will continue providing constant updates on Hurricane Melissa's development in upcoming broadcasts. The latest information on its path, wind speeds, and affected areas will be reported as soon as new data become available from international forecast centers. You can follow our channel and enable notifications to stay informed of all important updates. Once again, we must emphasize, Hurricane Melissa is expected to make direct landfall in Jamaica within the next 36 hours, with maximum sustained winds possibly exceeding 250 km per hour. This is the strongest hurricane recorded in the region in recent years. All residents of Jamaica are urged to remain indoors, stay away from windows and glass, and not go outside until authorities declare it safe to do so. We send our prayers and best wishes for safety to the people of Jamaica and all Caribbean nations in the coming days. This special report on Hurricane Melissa concludes here. Thank you for watching. We'll see you again in the next update. Stay safe, and may you and your loved ones remain secure.